Welcome to Worldview. Worldview is a tool developed by NASA that allows you to interactively browse global full-resolution satellite imagery. This tutorial will provide you with a brief overview of how to visualize NASA soil moisture active-passive, or SMAP data, which are distributed by the National Snow and Ice Data Center Distributed Active Archive Center, or NSIDC DAC. More specifically, we'll look at imagery layers representing soil moisture from SMAP data products over the United States in July of 2016. Now looking at the interface, you'll of course notice a map here, a left panel with layer names and a couple of different tabs, a timeline down here at the bottom, and some icons here in the upper right. As indicated in the left panel, the default map display includes MODIS True Color Reflectance imagery overlain by a coastline layer. The timeline widget at the bottom of the page indicates the current date. You can change this date by clicking on the arrows here or by using the slider here. And just like Google Maps, you can drag the map and zoom in and out. Clicking on the eye icon provides you with more information, such as general information and FAQs, the source code, and you can also provide feedback here as well, and a couple of other items. Clicking on the globe icon here allows you to change the displayed map projection to get Arctic and Antarctic views of the imagery. So I'm going to go back here to the geographic projection, and I will discuss these other two icons during the demonstration. So let's get started with our SMAP example. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to turn off the MODIS base layer. Now when I click on Add Layers in the left panel, you will notice a text search bar here at the top, as well as a set of layers to choose from broken up by hazards and disasters applications or science disciplines. In this case, I'm going to click on the terrestrial hydrosphere discipline. And here at the bottom, we see soil moisture. Clicking on the red arrow shows all of the layer options for soil moisture, as well as descriptions for all of those imagery layers. These descriptions include information such as temporal coverage here, the specific data product and data field that this layer corresponds to, links to other documents and information, as well as general information about that layer. So given that we are interested in imagery from July 2016, we will want imagery layers from either the radiometer data or the SMAP model value-added data that use the radiometer data as input. So after reading through the descriptions of each, I decide I'm most interested in the surface soil moisture imagery layer from the model or level 4 SMAP data product. I'm going to close out of this dialog box here. And now you can see that the map has been updated with the addition of the SMAP soil moisture layer. Here in the left panel, you can see what the color scale represents. So the warmer colors in yellow and orange represent dry soil conditions, while the cooler colors in blue represent wetter conditions. You can also change the opacity, the thresholds, and the color palette for the imagery layer as well. This might be especially useful if you want to overlay this layer with other layers, perhaps rainfall imagery if you are working in drought or flooding applications, or surface type imagery if you are in agriculture. So again, the time widget down here at the bottom allows us to visualize these data over time. You can scroll by month or by day and also by month. So say I found something of interest and I want to share it with my colleagues. So I can either use the link icon here to share a URL, or I can use the snapshot icon to save an image. You can move your snapshot window, and you can also resize it. You can also modify the resolution per pixel, the image format. Perhaps you want a JPEG or a PNG to easily upload into a document or a PowerPoint, a GeoTIFF to use in a GIS application, or a KMZ to use in something like Google Earth. In this case, I'm going to download a JPEG. And this will take a minute since this is high-resolution imagery. Again, here you can see how high resolution this imagery is. So one more feature I want to show you is that you can also download the underlying data. So I'm clicking this Download tab here. You are presented with a list of data files that correspond to the imagery layer that you are viewing on the map. In this case, the underlying data are 3 hourly data, so there are multiple files associated with this single day. So you would choose the files that you are interested in, and then click Download Selected Data. And then you are presented with links to the HDF data files, associated quality assurance files, as well as the ISO XML metadata files. And if you'd like to use wget or curl to download these files in bulk, there are links down here that will provide you with the appropriate commands. So that's the end of this demo, but remember that you can find more information about Worldview by clicking on the eye icon here. You can also send an email from here as well. And of course, you can always contact NSIDC User Services via email at nsidc@nsidc.org with questions about SMAP data or viewing any NSIDC data products in Worldview. Thank you.